You're listening to the Dre Area Sports Show, live on YouTube and X. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
The Dre Area Sports Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use promo code Dre Area Sports to save $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. And we are also brought to you by Tarun Roy, the SEO Optimizer. If you're looking to boost your YouTube channel, then check out the SEO Optimizer. Use promo code Dre Area Sports to start your free trial today. Power Brand Systems. If you're looking to build a website for your small business or YouTube channel, then check out Power Brand Systems. Use promo code 300POWER to save up to $300 on your first purchase at Power Brand Systems.
There was also some talk about Brock Purdy. Now, here's the thing with these Brock Purdy updates is that they start to sound like regurgitated information. It's like Taco Bell. It's the same ingredients, just put in different shapes and sizes. So recently, this came out from Diana Rossini saying that Brock Purdy and the 49ers reportedly are closer to a new contract than believed amid rumors. The latest episode of Scoop City Podcast, The Athletic's Diana Rossini said Purdy and the 49ers are closer to a deal than is being reported elsewhere. Now, what does that really mean? I don't fucking know, but... And then there's another article out there saying that he's going to get at least 50 or more million per year. Well, no shit. We know that already. And look, I know it's an ongoing narrative that this guy is not worth $50 million. This guy's not a clutch quarterback based on some stats that we were looking at. So let's say you go that route. Let's say you go that route and you say, I'm not going to pay him $50 million. I'm not going to pay him $45 million. I will only pay him $35 to $40 million a season. And let's say Brock Purdy says, okay, well, you know what? After my fifth year, trade me or I want to go. And let's say as an organization, you say, okay, let's move on from Brock Purdy. What are you going to do? You going to go to Mac Jones? You going to go with Tanner Mordecai? You going to go and try to sign an Aaron Rodgers? You going to try to draft Shedeur Sanders or trade for him? No. This guy, Brock Purdy, has proven that he can win on the 49ers. He's proven that he can put up big numbers as a Niners quarterback. He's proven that he can run Kyle Shanahan's system. But everyone says, well, last year he wasn't that good. Last year he only threw for just under 4,000 yards and 20 touchdowns, but he had 12 picks. And he had a QBR of 67.9. And he was not one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the league. When the previous year, he threw for over 4,000 yards, had 31 touchdowns, 11 picks, which is, he had 12 the following year, so same number of picks. And he had a quarterback rating of 73.4. Guys, we're talking about a quarterback that didn't have Christian McCaffrey, who was probably the most important part of their offense if you're the 49ers. You're talking about a guy who didn't have his number one receiver that he relied on day in and day out, not around, hurt. Well, not hurt, but just out of shape. And then what happened? Then he got hurt. And then it was like, oh, great, now what? You know, the limitations that he had to use guys like Juwan Jennings, who was a number 3 receiver in the previous season. He had Deebo Samuel, who was dealing with all kinds of injuries, including a rib injury that likely slowed him down. And we saw that Deebo wasn't exactly as explosive as he once was in previous seasons. George Kittle still had a great year. We know that. But not having his number one receiver in Brandon Aiyuk, not having his dynamic running back in Christian McCaffrey, that hurt his numbers. He still threw 20 touchdowns, and only threw 12 picks. He threw 11 the previous year, so he threw one more. Oh, my God. He averaged 8.5 yards a throw, while last season, or the season before, he averaged 9.6 a throw. All of his numbers were down, But at the same time, all of his weapons were all challenged with injuries. So the narrative that this guy is not worth it, I think is ridiculous. Because the guy has shown you that he's outplaying what everyone perceived he'd be able to do. Absolutely. He's a mobile quarterback. Not a pure mobile, but I mean, he can move the pocket. He could run, and we saw that he was able to do that. His scrambling ability is better than a lot of quarterbacks. This guy was Mr. Irrelevant, and for some reason, that tag continues to follow him around. Even though he's proven that he was much better than being Mr. Irrelevant, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I would argue he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Now, yes, you have your Joe Burrows, Lamar Jacksons, all those guys. Okay, no one's going to top those guys. Those guys are safe. Those guys haven't won a championship. And half those guys haven't even been to the Super Bowl. So, look, at least Brock, he's taken us to the Super Bowl. He took us to a NFC title game twice. I think we beat the Eagles the first time if he hadn't gotten hurt. But that's just me. But Brock Purdy is a baller. He's a smart, instinctive quarterback. And I think he's going to be the quarterback that's going to be with us for at least the next 4 years. Let's say you sign him to a 4-year extension. So you got him this year and then 4 more years. It's the same timeline as George Kittle. And I said this in one of my previous videos, is I think that George Kittle's contract is sort of tied to the length in which Brock Purdy has to prove himself. Okay, we're going to give you 4 more years to prove that you are a number 1 quarterback and that you can lead this team to success. Hopefully a Super Bowl. And if you can't get that done in those 4 years in the duration of his next contract, then they will move off of him. If he has mediocre years, then they move off of him. But you can't say that this guy isn't better than Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy Garoppolo led us to a Super Bowl. Didn't win. We know that. And he led us to multiple NFC title games. But everyone was so quick to say, get rid of Jimmy and give me somebody else. Well, you got Brock Purdy. Yes, the Trey Lance thing didn't work out. We know all about that. We know all about Trey Lance's deficiencies, and we hope that Trey Lance can recover his career elsewhere. I don't think he's going to come back here ever again. But this is your guy. Brock Purdy is the guy that they're going to stick with. He's proven that he can run the Kyle Shanahan system. He's proven that he can win on the 49ers team. And I think that this is the guy we're going to see for the next 4 years. And people are going to criticize him and run him through the ringer, as they should. When you're getting paid that much money, it's expected. But this is your quarterback. This is the guy that the Niners are going to stick with. And he's given them no indication or any reason to say, you know what? Let's not go with Brock Purdy. Let's try and get Arch Manning, which they're not going to be able to because they won't be that bad. They have one of the easiest schedules in the entire NFL. They have a rebuilt defensive line that has Nick Bosa, Alfred Collins, CJ West, and Michael Williams. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more of this content, then check out some of these recommended videos right here on your screen. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so by going to my website, which is nicotina.net, and there are memberships available under Dre Area Sports.